Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. In the last episode, we finished up all the rest of our main story side quest. There's not a single one left, technically earning our right to go and face off with Shadar. So, with our newfound Clarion that we got in episode 27, we're gonna finally be mitigating the Miasma Marshes and making our way into the second to last main story dungeon of the game before we get to Shadar. So, with that, let's do this, and let's go and see what happens with the Miasma Marshes. I don't remember there being a cutscene or not right away. Nope, there isn't. Okay. So, this is it, huh? The Miasma Marshes. It ain't the most welcoming place in the world, is it, Ollie boy? I can hardly see the light from my own flipping lantern. Well, here goes. Well, here goes indeed. Try out the Clarion, Esther. Hopefully this ends up working, but I'll see you guys all very shortly.
I hear it, the call of the Clarion. Oliver, how long have I waited? Come, vile heart.
Yes, Master!
And trusted you with the truth, did I not?
Yes, Master! I have it here, in the Soul Snare!
The Clarion has sounded. The miasma is no more. Is this not the perfect moment to make things clear?
Indeed it is, Master!
Ha ha ha! Show it to him! Show him how cruel the truth can be!
Your wish is my command!
The one who heals the broken-hearted, the savior of this world of sadness. Are you really the one? Well then, show me! Show me the true power that dwells in your heart.
And there it is, the Soul Snare, the thing we've been searching for, the thing we've been basically trying to go after since the very beginning of the game. We're finally going to be able to see it soon, but what is going on with Shadar and Vileheart? We don't know yet, but I will say this, Vileheart is our next boss, and we won't be seeing him until we get to the end of the Miasma Marshes. So, let's do this. The Miasma Marshes. Now we can cross them. He's up again ahead, isn't he? Yeah, he's waiting. Shadar. Yeah, he is, and I'll be right back since there is a small cutscene for the Miasma Marshes. And here it is, the Miasma Marshes, our next dungeon of the game. And what a dungeon it is indeed. Actually, I remember this being quite a big one indeed, actually. Almost as big as Old Smoky, or Jabal al-Dukhan if you want to call it by the actual name. But there is a couple little things to note about this specific dungeon. I'm going to show off one thing right here. See this little puddle on the ground right here? This is a poison puddle. And you'll end up poisoning yourself if you go on top of those. There is a way to technically go against that, and that is by using the levitate spell, which ends up throwing you up in the air, and makes it so you can kind of technically sneak by a bunch of the traps that are in this dungeon. So, first off first, let's just use levitate and veil right away, since we gained veil from Horus in the last episode. And just to kind of, show you what's kind of going on here, just to give us a little bit of breathing room, just so we know what's going on in this dungeon and what's not. So, this dungeon is technically dangerous in some ways, and technically not dangerous in other ways. This dungeon has a lot of easy-to-fight monsters, but there is one very, very major thing about this dungeon you need to know. There is a lot of enemies that have the ability to one-shot you. So you do need to be careful about which enemies you fight and which enemies you kind of stay away from. I'll note which ones you want to stay away from now, and this one is one of them, so we'll try and fight one right now. I believe this thing's called an ex-girl fiend, if I remember correctly. But yeah, these things are dangerous. This is the only enemy I think I even, like, have any kind of fear of in this game. And it's for a major reason, that one-shot capability, because it can one-shot your entire team if you're not careful. So you want to be sure to make sure that you can actually get rid of these things. Hey look, I was actually trying to get one of those all the way back when we were in Hamlin for the Hamlin chapter. Well, let's at least grab it now just so we have it for later, but that's kind of funny. I didn't even expect that one. And there we go, cool. I'll take it, honestly, and that thing just took 454 damage. Okay then. I wasn't sure if we were going to be over-leveled or not, but I don't know, maybe we are at this point. Honestly, let's just see what we get. Executrix. That doesn't sound too bad. But, let's go... XC, I guess, I don't know. I did not mean for that to be capitalized, but let's just take that back, and there we go, XC, sure. I couldn't think of a name, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to use it, I just wanted to test it out. I also forgot that there was a bunch of areas you can actually mess up if you go the wrong direction. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're always facing this way, so you don't want to go left here. So good thing we used Veil there, because it actually saved us a little bit. And it looks like most of the enemies might run away from us in this specific dungeon, which is a good thing, for the most part. And that means we're a little bit over-leveled in a way, but we still have, we still don't have to worry about that due to the fact that there's only two things bad about that. I didn't think that would be part of the poison puddle, but I guess it is. Oops. Well, since we can't actually get rid of that, let's actually use Draw Poison. Waste about 12 mana. Ooh, almost walked directly right into another one. That could have been bad. Okay, so... Am I really going the wrong... Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, forgot. There's specific paths you have to take to go all the way around. Okay, I was confused for a second. I thought we were going the wrong way for a second there. Thankfully, I didn't get that messed up too badly. And it looks like we have to use Levitate here for sure. Okay. I wasn't sure if we need to always have that active or not. I knew that there were poison traps everywhere, but I wasn't sure if we need to always have Levitate on or not. But based on what I can see, it looks like you might want to always keep it on just in case, because you never know what kind of enemies you might run into. And it looks like, yeah, most of the enemies are running away from us, so this actually makes this dungeon 10 times easier to walk through. Since before, when we originally did this dungeon in the original series, most of the enemies were chasing us down off, basically off spawn. So honestly, it's just good to know that we can actually walk around. I'm making sure for you can... Okay, we don't need to go that way, but we need to go this way instead. So this is one of those maze-like dungeons. If you go the wrong way, you're going to end up having to backtrack, and then you'll have to fight a bunch of enemies depending on what your level is. So it looks like we actually don't have to worry too much here, and we can actually just make our way right through. Wow, that's actually not bad at all. I'll take that, actually. Okay, so we need one more Levitate to get over this puddle here. I guess I could have just flew over the puddle. Wait, that's not a puddle? Oh, right. Oops. Didn't notice that we had to walk right a little bit. And then it looks like, no, we can't go this way. Oh, we gotta go this way. See, there's my proof on this being a maze. There's a bunch of places you can't go and a bunch of places you can go. It just depends on if you find the right way early or if you find it later. And usually when you find it later, that's when things get bad. And thankfully, since we got all the experience from all of our like testing and stuff like that with the whole side quest only episodes, we actually got a bunch of levels from doing that. And also because I was training up certain familiars. One, we're actually using a different familiar for Swain today, because I wanted to at least use him, at least for a little bit, and his name is Alucard, also known as a Wispula. But the funny fact is if we were to actually compare Valabar to our Alucard here, Alucard actually has more attack and more defense than Bone Baron, or Bone Baron Valabar, which is kind of funny. But the reason why I'm using him is, one, technically, Ivern is always going to be part of our team no matter who's being played, but I always want to be using him. So in order to kind of like even that out, because this is technically Marcuson's familiar once we get to the technically main story, post-game main story kind of thing. It's kind of weird. It's hard to explain it. But yeah, I want to keep Ivern on the team as much as possible, but this was supposed to be what Swain's third and final familiar that's actually technically boosted because he's specifically for that specific familiar class, which is Ghost. So I just wanted to use this for just today, just so we at least get to show him off before he ends up becoming a full part of Swain's team. But let's make our way through here, and let's try and make it to the at least a halfway point here, just so we have that kind of save stated, basically, is just we need to make sure that we're at least here. And there we go. Already halfway in. And honestly, I didn't expect it to be that easy to get here, if I'll be completely honest. Okay. I think I'll end up just fighting the rest of the enemies on the way over to the middle section. So, let's see here. I'll skip every other enemy, just because, one, I didn't expect to get here as fast as we did, to be honest. Unless we're already there, which it looks like, yeah, we're already to the midway point, which is right next to where we're about to fight the boss. Oh, wow. I did not expect the enemies to just let us walk through here. Well, I'll take it. Miasma Marshes used to be really hard in the original series, and we just walked right through it this time. I guess that's a good thing, honestly. So, I don't think there's a cutscene right away. Yeah, there isn't. Well, I've seen some grim old places in my time, but here takes the blooming biscuit. I can feel him. He's not far now. Shadar. And there he is, Vile Hearts, and this is a cutscene, so BRB. And there he is, Vile Heart, the Devourer of Souls. Technically, Shadar's right-hand man. And we're finally facing off, technically, with the first of Shadar's real minions. Well, he's the only minion, but still, I'll just say it like that. But let's do this. How long have I waited for you? Shadar's cackling sidekick, I presume. How observant of you. Yes, I am Vileheart. Lord Shadar is indeed my master, and it was he who entrusted me with this. The Soul Snare. The Soul Snare? Alicia is in there. That's right, Dolly boy. And if we could just get her out of there. Then my mom will come back. There speaks a boy who hungers for the truth. Oh wait, Vileheart, let's go. Let Alicia go. I actually expected Vileheart to continue talking there. Are you sure you're ready? Huh? What do you mean? You'll see. I'll see indeed, so BRB, since it's a small cutscene. And there we go. We're officially, technically, almost on top of Shadar. This is the final boss separating us from taking on Shadar. So, we just have to make it through Vileheart. And because of the easy way we just kind of walked through the Miasma Marshes, I think we're going to have an easy time with Vileheart for the most part. Unless we mess up. So I don't think we have to worry too much. I think I evaded that. No, it didn't count it, even though I swear I heard the noise for it. Oh no, it didn't. It counted it. Okay, cool. I was about to say, if that didn't count for my dodge, I would be very surprised. But thankfully it did, because honestly, if that didn't, I would be kind of sad, because there's sometimes that my evade does end up going off, and then sometimes the evade actually does go off, but I use it on the worst possible thing. Okay, thankfully that wasn't one of the big ones we needed to dodge, but honestly, it could have been bad. That vile driver attack is a right pain in the proverbial. Make sure you protect yourself from it, Dolly boy. Defense is the best form of attack, ain't it? True, honestly. And thankfully we have evasion and, technically there's two forms of evasion, which one is you basically dodge physical attacks, but you also have the other form of evasion, which is what we've been using, which lets us basically completely dodge a major attack like that. Okay, Vile Driver, we need to defend just in case, and there we go. No one got hit there. Okay, so I'm gonna try using our Petramander now. So let's do this, Grima. Oh, you actually roll on a ball. I've never actually got to use you yet, so Only 15 damage, but that makes sense for our defensive unit. Oh wait, I forgot you take major damage from from physical attacks. Okay, so I want to actually try out something. So we have this ability called Fortune's Fool that we got. I've never actually used it, so let's try it out. Sinister voice rings out. Oh, we got the bad version of it. Well, oops, I just cursed everyone on our team. Well, honestly, it's not the worst thing. But let's actually use one of our special attacks here. We don't have any light-based spells, but we can still use something. And honestly, I want to use the giant jellyfish that we fought off with. So let's go for Bolt from the Blue, and let's do this. I love this thing, honestly. I love the design on the jellyfish boss, honestly. It's honestly one of the cooler bosses. Okay, not bad, not bad. And now we're able to start attacking it again. Let's go for a drop chop, since I almost did like 400 damage before, so honestly, might as well go for it. And it looks like I was right. We were going to have an easy time with him. So, Vile Maw almost down. Get ready for an evade. I completely dodged it, thankfully. Don't know about my allies, though. Looks like... No, it still counted. Even though my evasion was still on. That's really weird. Okay, well, down goes Vile Maw. I almost called him Vile Maw from League of Legends. Vile Heart down, and there we go. And down goes Shadar's minion. And I believe there is a cutscene directly after this fight, kind of like with the Power Stones for Mornstar. So, with that, as soon as all of our levels are done, I'll be right back, and we'll see how this all plays out now. So, BRB, boys and girls, and I'll see you all very shortly.
You did it, Ollie boy! Now we can set Alicia free!
Yes, and bring your mother back. Mom.
This is it, Oliver. Your big moment.
Right. Huh? Wow. Huh?
And it looks like that spear took us into Nevermore Castle. Okay, well, where am I? Mr. Drippy? Esther? Swain? What is this place? What is this place indeed? This is actually Shadar's castle, Nevermore. And we're officially technically here, although technically we're not, as you'll see in a second. This is going to be a major part here, so I'm going to try and shut up because this is actually very important. So, no matter what I say here, I can't spoil anything, because this is like something ingrained in my memory, so I know everything about this part. So I'm just going to completely shut up about what I could talk about, and I believe this, no, it isn't a cutscene yet. That's Shadar. Wait, I've been here before, in that dream I had.
It is time you met your end, great sage.
You are wrong, Shadar. I have found another way to defeat you.
What?
What indeed?
I will travel to another world. Somewhere out there in a parallel dimension, there exists one who shares a soul with you. If I can save this soulmate of yours, then you too will be.
So this is your plan, your grand design. Then I am afraid I must disappoint you. You see, I have no soulmate.
No, that's not possible. Without a soulmate, how could you exist?
I took the precaution of severing all ties with he who shared my soul, so that this weakness could not be used against me.
This cannot be.
You see now that every path is closed to you, every path save that which leads to death.
No, another yet remains. Souls are reborn after a time.
What do you mean by this?
Though you robbed him of life, he will be born again. Perhaps many years hence, but he shall be reborn.
Madness! You cannot speak in earnest.
And I'll be right back.
Surely not. You know you will never return. Not to this time.
I am well aware of that. I am ready.
Damn you!
Today, tomorrow, yesterday.
And there we go. All we know is Alicia just went back in time. And that was breach time indeed. So, that was breach time. That means Alicia traveled to the past.
No, you are mistaken. Alicia traveled forward in time.
Wait, actually? Huh, that's different. I don't get it. What does this all mean?
The truth still eludes you, boy. That which was captured in the soul snare was not Alicia's soul. It was but her memory. The memory of a battle we fought many years ago.
But where's Alicia now?
You know that better than I.
Huh? Indeed. I'll be right back.
Somewhere far away. I'm going to take care of you, sweetie. You'll be okay. I know you will. Be good now. For me.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, the reason why I remembered a little bit about Elysium was because once we got to a certain part in the game, certain memories started flooding back into my brain when I was getting ready for episodes and kind of like looking, not at footage, but I was looking at the thumbnails to kind of see how much faster we were getting through the game than my original series. And we've actually made pretty good progress because of the fact that I think this is like episode like 60 something in the original series. So we're literally double the speed of the original series, if that says anything. But I started remembering things once I started looking at the old thumbnails for the series because it really does show how much different my content is now from what it was before. And there is some things I did, honestly, that I could have just cut out in a lot of episodes. And I actually really don't understand why I just didn't cut out certain things. Because there's some parts where I just run around like a madman around the world and don't even speed it up. It's very stupid, but honestly, it's funny to look at. But with that, we officially know that Alicia is Oliver's mother, the great sage Alicia, and we are her successor, technically. And that would mean one other thing, but I'm gonna have Shadar kind of answer that. Mom, what does my mom have to do with this?
You disappoint me, Oliver. This is Alicia's memory. It was she who traveled to the future. It was she who escaped to your world. It was she who gave birth to the savior of this world.
You mean Alicia was...
Yes, the great sage Alicia was your mother. Poor Allie.
But if my mom is from this world, where's her soulmate?
She has no soulmate in that world or this. This is the price she paid for tampering with time. And she gave her one and only life to save you. And you cannot save your mother, boy. You have no mother to save. Do you see now? You never had a chance. There was never any hope.
No, it can't be. It can't be true. It can't be true. No, Mom. And there is the absolute truth. And that was why I couldn't say anything about her once I got to a certain part in the game, because I started remembering certain things. And yeah, if I were to say that randomly in an episode that was like nowhere even close to this, I think I probably would have ruined the whole series for somebody, and we'll be completely honest. So thankfully, I kept on the down low as much as I could. And there we go, and now I can officially talk about it. So, there we go, officially, Shadar and Oliver are connected because that is fully what she came to do. She went to the future to find whoever would be the soulmate to Shadar, and due to the fact that she ended up not looking for anyone else, and Oliver ended up being born as the savior of the world, that means Shadar and Oliver are connected. Just like how in Ni no Kuni 2, Dolaran and Roland are connected. Every time a new Ni no Kuni movie, game, or anything, there's always a connection between somebody from the main cast and somebody that happens to be a villain, or someone that's also a main character. In Ni no Kuni 2, or not Ni no Kuni 2, Ni no Kuni the movie, that same thing happens in the movie, but I'm not going to explain who that is because that's a movie, and honestly, that would be spoiling a movie. All I said was a small bit about Oliver making an appearance in there, and honestly, I thought that was cool. But yeah, the same thing happens in all 3 games. So soulmates are a major thing in these games, and usually the two super like impactful characters throughout the entire story, or someone that's very important to the story, i.e. the villain, is always connected to one of the main characters. So, with that, let's continue.
Oliver! Oh, why won't you wake up? What happened to you back there?
What happened indeed. Oliver might tell you later, though.
How many days is it since poor Ollie boy had his lights put out?
I don't know, I've lost count.
He opened up the soul snail all full of hope, but instead of setting Alicia free, the poor dab ended up being knocked out cold.
Yep, indeed. And Drippy has no clue what happened.
Come on, Ollie boy. Maybe it's our fault. Maybe we asked too much of you, and your magic powers.
Perhaps you're right.
Perhaps we're right, who knows?
Hold on, where's Swain gone to now?
Him always lurking around outside, I reckon, as flipping usual.
As flipping usual indeed.
God, he's never there when you need him.
Tell him to come back inside. Can't stand round by here forever, can we? We need to get Ollie boy somewhere safe.
Yeah, true, honestly.
You're right.
You're right indeed. And look at this, we're actually Esther for once. Although we're not going to be able to play as her for very long, it's still kind of cool to actually play as a different character other than Oliver, because this kind of is like only something that ever happens in Ni no Kuni 2. And I think it happens in Crossworlds for the mobile game, but it isn't out yet, so I can't honestly say anything about that. Also, I probably should save. Wait, I can't save? Oh no, I can. Okay, it didn't pop up in my brain for a second. The boy who wouldn't wake up. Go and talk to Swain. Okay, let's go find wherever Swain ended up going. Because, honestly, wherever he goes, it's usually somewhere important. Unless he's trying to run away again. Is this a cutscene, or... Nope, it's a normal thing. Okay.
Swain!
I almost said Esther. Oh, Esther, it's you.
Why do you keep wandering off? You should be with us with Oliver.
Yeah, you probably should.
A fat lot of good that'll do. Having me around is going to help him snap out of it, is it? Well, is it?
That's not the point.
I know. Oliver saved us. His magic saved us. We owe it all to him.
Yeah, we were broken-hearted, both of us, and...
And now look at us. We can't do a thing for him, can we? Just when he needs us most. There's nothing we can do. Damn it.
Swain, it's all right.
Oh, but there is something you can do. You can die.
And there he is. We didn't get rid of him for good, but there he is indeed.
But we beat you.
You think vile hearts can be defeated so easily? No, I am born of despair. I am born of the darkness in man's heart, and there is plenty to go around.
Damn it! What do we do? We don't have a hope in the hell without Oliver.
What choice do we have? We have to try.
You can definitely try that, but you probably might need Oliver for that one. And it looks like we got a cutscene, so BRB.
Everything I went through, was it all for nothing? Who's there? P! How did you get in here?
Easy peasy. I can go anywhere I like. I told you before, I'm always here, Oliver, looking after you.
I couldn't save my mom. Everything I've been through, it was all for nothing.
No it wasn't.
Huh?
You gave something special to all those people. Are you ready, Oliver? Close your eyes. No peeping.
Okay.
Hang on. Stop working so bleeding hard, will you? You're making me look bad.
But I've never felt so full of beans. To think, back then I could barely muster the energy to get out of bed.
Things really have changed round here, haven't they? King Tom's got more enthusiasm than he knows what to do with these days.
You're not wrong. It's like a whole new place. And we owe it all to that young lad.
Those are the guards from Ding Dong Dao.
They were the very first people you ever helped. One of them was broken-hearted.
I remember.
There's more. Listen.
Well, Hickory Doc's up to his old tricks. One shall soon knock some sense into the scoundrel.
Guess what, Miss Layla? My dad got up early to cook breakfast. And that's not all.
Do take some more, won't you? There is enough in the palace larder for everyone. We don't always require third helpings, you know.
Nicholas, who can tell their dear old man what a fairy can't be doing without? Yes, you by there? What's that? Oh, dead wrong you are. It's laughter, isn't it? The reason as fairies are so cute is to give them humans a proper laugh.
Oliver's magic may still be somewhat unpolished. He may still have some way to go to equal our prowess. But I believe in him. I believe in his gift.
Keep up, Genghis! You gotta pick up the pace, boy! Hey! Don't tug the leash!
Listen, men! From this day we fly once more, and we do not fight for any kingdom. We fight for all who stand against Shadar!
There is no cause for fear. Know that I will always stand beside you. I will protect you from the wrath of Shadar.
So this piston goes here. And this one goes there. Ah! I feel like my brain's gonna explode. But I'm gonna crack this. You see if I don't.
The one who heals the broken-hearted. The savior of this world of sadness. I'm talking about you, sweetie. You were the one who was there for them all. It was you who healed their hearts. I'm so proud of you, my Oliver.
Everyone was. It was.
You see, Oliver? You gave something special to all those people.
It was me. It was me who... Thank you. Thank you, P.
You're welcome.
I've gotta go. There are people who need me.
Yay! Oliver, that's your gift. That's your power. The power of your heart.
Is that really all you've got?
We can't do this. Not on our own.
It's time to bring this charade to an end!
Yes, let's finish this.
Huh?
Mornstar! Sorry, I got held up. Oliver!
I thought you'd never get it.
You will pay
Esther,
for this!
Swain, let's pull together. Let's show him the power of our hearts.
And let's do this. So, here we go. Vile Hearts. The last hurdle we have, officially, because technically we still gotta get rid of them. But, as you saw in that cutscene, it showed us all the people we've helped throughout the game, although in a small portion. There is much more people we've helped throughout the game than just the people they showed. And if doing all the quests is a way to kind of explain that, we've helped out pretty much every single person that had a problem throughout the entirety of the game. Basically, is what we did with all those Swift Solutions missions. Although there's still more that you get once you get to the post-game, we actually helped a lot of people. And we pretty much helped out every single person that even had a problem to begin with. So with that, let's do this. Time to take on Vileheart for good. Although I don't remember him being a boss for the conductor once we actually get to the post-game stuff. But let's actually get rid of him, and we cancelled out his main attack. That's kind of funny. Well, I hope you like this, but see you later, Vile Hearts. And down he goes with one drop chomp. And GG. Down goes Vile Heart, and we win. That was pretty easy. That was pretty easy indeed. And there we go. Perfect. And technically you can get soft locked in that, by the way, if you aren't ready for that fight. If you didn't know you were going to fight him a second time, you can actually get pretty hard soft lock there, so you would have to redo both of his fights and train inside the Miasma Marshes for levels, which is horrible to even think about. But we got a new ability for Grima, Twister. Okay, I'll take it. Honestly, it's better than Petrifying Puff, so let's just get rid of that, I guess. And Go-Go's level 56, Alucard level 36, and just like that, Vileheart, I almost called him almost wanted to call him Vilemall again, but Vileheart is down. And there we go.
Oliver, you're alright.
Me? I'm fine.
You're fine? Well, after a sleep like that, I suppose you should be.
You must have been worried. I'm sorry.
Never mind that. Tell us what happened to you.
I learned everything. I learned the truth. Oh no. Now they're gonna know the truth. And honestly, it's pretty sad to know the truth, honestly. Knowing that Oliver went on this journey to save his mother for the entirety of the whole reason he even came to this world. Just to find out that she's dead, and technically his journey was for naught the entire time. But he ends up sacrificing that journey in order to save this world instead. And just going with what his mom wanted him to do. To save the people of this world and take down Shadar for good. So, let's do what she wanted us to do, and let's fulfill our promise to her. So let's do this.
Blimey, you're telling me the great sage Alicia was your...
She was your mother.
That's right. The memories I saw, I think they were real. They were memories that only my mom and I shared. But I made it back, thanks to P. Thanks to all of you.
What P told you was true. Everything you went through. It wasn't all for nothing.
Right. But I can't help wondering, who is P? Where does she come from?
Hang on a flipping minute. Don't tell me P's Alicia's lol.
Honestly, I can't tell you that either. I'm just gonna say that now. P's identity is staying a mystery until we get a full-on explanation on who she is. Because it does get explained, and I've said this multiple times. I'm not gonna explain it. We will find out after Shadar and Nevermore. But that's all I'm gonna say. So, let's do this. No, she isn't. At least I don't think she is.
Well, she's no normal little girl, that's for sure. The spell you just used came from her, right?
Right. And that's the spell that will help us finally beat Shadar. At least, that's what I think. That's what I believe.
It's the magic from the Heart Monster.
So this means we'll be visiting Shadar's castle after all, doesn't it?
Yeah, we have to finish this. That's the spirit one. Let's get going, shall we? Look out, Shadar. Here we come.
It's time to go to Nevermore. Indeed it is. Nevermore Castle is our next stop. We finally passed our final hurdle. Though I guess you can say Nevermore Castle is another hurdle in order to get to Shadar. I think that's technically the major hurdle, honestly. Because Nevermore is easy to get through, compared to Vilemall. Or, why do we keep saying Vilemall? Vileheart. I don't know why. Vilemall is more of a, what do you call it? Is more like in brain, like basically like stuck in my brain basically. When it comes to things, because of the fact that what do you call it? League of Legends, when it came to Twisted Tree Line, was a major thing for me for a long time until they got rid of it. And honestly, it was like one of my favorite game modes, other than the original game mode, because I didn't really like playing the normal game mode. So I usually only played 3v3s, and honestly, it was much more fun because of how short the games lasted. So honestly, when it comes to the Baron and Vilemall, when it comes to League of Legends, that always like got ingrained in my memory more than the Baron itself. Because honestly, when it came to that, I always thought that was much more of a cool boss, because it was like a gigantic spider with a whole story of it being part of the whole entirety of the... Actually, I don't even remember the name of it. Well, we're Thresh and Viego and all the characters come from when it comes to the ghost-type characters and stuff like that, but mostly because I haven't played League in a while, but I have heard about the new character. He sounds really cool, by the way. But other than that, we're done with today's episode. The next episode is going to be when we finally take on Shadar and end off the first part of the main story. And we'll be finally finishing off Shadar's story in the next episode and starting on the White Witch's story, which is directly after Shadar's final little bit here. So, with that, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in Nevermore Castle. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.